The video for Chains and Whips by Clipse tells the story of Miss Black America. We first are introduced to her playing her bass guitar, at least that's what I think it is, a bass guitar, and she is singing us her blues. Her blues is the song Chains and Whips. We are then taken back to her beginning, her as a child, as a baby. The scene is in black and white noir, and I took that as it's depicting her innocence. When everything was just simple, everything was black and white. She didn't have to look at the gray matter. She doesn't have to worry about the snakes and the games that people play unless it was from Hasbro or Mattel. The depiction of her innocence also humanizes the black woman we see in the beginning because it shows that this is where she came from. She too was just an innocent child who is now often ridiculed based off of perception and stereotypes and is morphed by the atrocious events that happened to her and around her throughout her life. This music video really gave me a different perception of this song. Now that I've watched the music video, I think that Clipse is alluding in the chorus that hedonism and capitalism, our constant desire and pursuit of money and flashy possessions, is actually what is keeping us in chains and whips. And when I say those chains and whips, I mean ownership. But the issue is, we usually aren't the ones who are in ownership of ourselves. I'm not going to say all of us, but you know, the majority of the public. Our mind, our spirit, our attention, our discipline, our culture, our talent, our time. We freely give those things away all the time. Sometimes we even sell pieces of ourselves and pieces of those things so that we can get those chains and whips. And it's keeping us in a cycle of ownership. Pusha T starts his verse by saying, "You run from the spirit of repossession." Again, going back to ownership. He says this as we're watching black men dressed as prisoners get escorted down the hallway by a white police officer. As majority of us know, modern day prison systems are just fancy dresses put onto slavery. The prisoners in the music video are possessed by the system. It's a constant cycle that a lot of black men are put in at a very young age. He is raised by society to be a prisoner, just like he is raised to covet those whips and chains. Then Pusha T shows these three black women dressed like they're showing up for a beauty pageant, and the one in the middle has a sachet that says Miss Black America. And as they're showing this, Pusha T is saying those question marks are blocking your blessings. And I took that as when black women doubt themselves, when they doubt their power, when they doubt their beauty, their intellect, their strength, then that is what is causing delays for them getting exactly what they deserve. Then fast forward into Malice's verse, the second verse. He says, John 10:10, that's my usual. John 10:10 from the Bible says, "The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly." Although in the verse, Malice is speaking like the thief, visually, he's showing us the light. Then when Malice says just a million trapped between skeletons, I took this as two ways. I took this as one, he's showing Miss Black America as a mother who's crying in agony over her son, I assume to be her son, in prison. She's talking to him on the other line, and she's mourning the millions that are trapped in between those skeletons. I took this as the million refers to the worth and value of a black man, of a black person in their spirit. And that black man or person being trapped or repossessed in the confines of prison walls, but also representing the potential that gets trapped inside of our skeleton when we let doubt and fear take over us, repossess us. Then when Kendrick Lamar enters the verse, it made total sense why the label did not want his verse on this record. It is clear this man is on a mission. Like, he's gonna get what's his. And that's why having Miss Black America echo the words that he says, "I'm not the candidate to vibe with. I don't fuck with the kumbaya shit." Miss Black America is hurt. She is tired. She is in pain. But she is still fighting for herself and the one she loves. And during Kendrick's verse, we see different depictions of addiction and things that plague the black community, like pole dancing, drinking, gambling, smoking, which is like the flip side of those chains and whips. It's like the silent chase. I also like how Clipse used Kendrick's play on gentrification to address an issue within the black community of white people gentrifying our neighborhoods by showing the two black women on their front porch making the beat with their hands. To me, I took that as them saying that they're defending their culture, defending their home. But also, it's to say that Kendrick and Clipse are clearing the hip-hop space from all the fakes. We then see a prison field where prisoners are playing basketball and the jail warden is watching over. While Miss Black America has grown up, she's a full-grown adult, but she has not seen her father. She has not had her father in her life. If you watch the video, it'll show you clips that when he was arrested is when she was a young child. And because of that, that's the ginger root that led her down the path to doing things that keep her in a cycle of ownership. like pole dancing, like stripping, but she's doing it in pursuit of those chains and whips, which ironically have her in chains and whips.